All right, hey, what's up, guys? My name is Scott Brackett. I do synthesizer music and sometimes I do tutorials and stuff. Today I'm going to do a little live stream. I'm experimenting with live streaming some Sunvox stuff, so let's just get started. Yesterday I did some probability stuff. I'm probably always going to do a little bit of probability stuff because it's one of my favorite features about the way composition in Sunvox works. Um, so let me throw a little something in here. Okay, so lately I've been doing this thing where I just start kind of with an arpeggio. I'll set my steps to about 4. Mm, let's hear that. Not crazy about that G4, just because of how it changes the dynamics. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. Let me set this for 15 minutes. A little bit of a cheat because I already started. We'll put it on 14. All right, so I would rather have that be probably a 5. So let's hear that. Cool. That's going to drive me nuts if I leave that going. Apologies. Um, let's go ahead and do some probability. And we'll set that for, I don't know, 7. Okay. That's a thing. Let's see about this drum synth. So yesterday I just had drum synth running. Yeah, had it running kind of default. Today I've got it running as compression. I'm sorry, as my sidechain source. I keep messing with my volume. Let me show you how I set that up because some of the modular aspects of Sunvox are not super intuitive, or takes a little doing. So here's the drum synth just set up to the output, and the way I'm connecting things is I'm holding down shift and then clicking, and you see this little line comes out. Okay, so instead of connecting it to the output, I'm going to connect the drum synth to compression. And let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, the sidechain input is set to 3, module value 3, so it is set to module 0C, which is the drum synth. And you can see the little oscilloscope moving, so there's output coming, but we don't hear anything. And that's, you can see there's a waveform appearing there every time I push the button. So what you also have to do is take it, or one way to do it is to also connect it directly to the output. There we go. Okay, so, and the way I've got the threshold set up for my compression, it's kind of only ducking whenever there's a kick sound. Oh, that snare triggers it a little bit too. So let's leave it that way. And instead of writing my drum pattern in its own separate little bit on the timeline, I'm going to go ahead and just drop it into another track and see what happens here. Do my snare on the upbeat. Pop. Boom. Pop. Boom. Maybe a triplet thing. Let's see if that's... Yeah, that's fine. Let's do maybe some hi-hat work over here. There we go. All right, so there's that on that. What else we got here? That's kind of a nice little variation. And not what I meant to do. Oh well, we're gonna go with it. Okay, cool. Something I've been missing is kind of a different sound source. I've got another sampler that I put in here, um, or I took custom samples and loaded them in there from my ModiX synthesizer. Let's drop that in here and see. I don't even remember what's all in here, but actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll try this one. And I'm just going to kind of do some random. All right. All right, so that's kind of cool, actually. Let's do some probability just to keep things fresh. You probably knew I was going to say that. And apologies to anyone. I can't see if there's anybody in chat. My streaming game is not strong yet, so I can see that there's a chat window over there, but I'm not in the habit of checking it yet. Okay, I need to put a value over there, otherwise that's effectively just turning those sounds off. Maybe set that one to a slightly lower percentage to occur. So something you may be wondering if you're new to Sunvox is that's cool that there are these nice short patterns, but what if you wanted to do something longer? Well, you can do like a live overdubbing thing where you just track into the sequencer, but because of the way I've got my streaming set up, I have really bad latency right now. Something I'll figure out later, but you can also just change the length of the patterns. So you can have one pattern that's like 256 lines long and then one that's repeating that's much shorter. So that's what I've done here. I went ahead and just, the shortcut is Control D to clone the pattern. So let me keep doing that. So now if I highlight this longer pattern and use the pattern repeat, aka F11, it's a shortcut, you can actually, it'll repeat that whole thing. And we can program in something for maybe another sound that's a little more, takes a little longer to unfold. So, ooh, that is hot. Sorry about that. I like that. Okay, so let's try to think of something. I've got 5 minutes on the clock here. Maybe. It'd be cool to do a chord there, maybe. Let's hear that. And I'm just entering notes with my regular old keyboard right now. Eventually I'll get one of my MIDI keyboards out, but I'm really coming at this piecemeal this week, so. There we go. It's just an inversion, but that'd be cool. That's a different voice. Something along those lines. I think it was like 112. Now it's E's better. Sometimes you'll probably hear me singing notes and then I push a key and I push the wrong key, but I will often like the note that I accidentally played more than the one I just hummed to myself, so I say go with it. Yeah, pretty wandery, but I think that could be a good foundation for something. We just got a couple minutes, so maybe I'll drop in a little something around that area. And let's make it a really short pattern. Maybe even like 8. Oop, 8. And let's do... Okay, let's hear that. I mean, that's obnoxious, but maybe it's a start of something. What's 22? Oh, yeah. I want to get into some of this destructive editing stuff and the pulling notes from different patterns, but I need to study that more before I try to live stream that. All right, let's do this. Yeah, let's open the filter up on that one a little bit. All right. Well, so my time's up. I hope you all enjoyed that for what it's worth. I certainly always have fun working in Sunvox. And eventually I'm going to put out a record with a bunch of the songs I've been working on. Maybe next time I'll show a project that I've done a little more work on already. But thanks to anyone who tuned in, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. See y'all later.